Did you discover the words to the counterspell? I thought that was it. Apparently not. See you soon. Are you ready to speak the counterspell?
That's it, that's it.
Hear me, and don't forget a word. What Hallam feared is coming to pass. Somehow, using a new and twisted magic, the Maid of Windermere hopes to alter the telling. At this moment, she possesses the single most important song in our canon, the hero and the maid. If its story changes, we are all at risk. You must warn the House of Ballads. Time is running out for all of us. Go find Wenson and Hallam. It may already be too late. It is a tale of what happens when one wishes to become something he has not. In this case, the subject of the song was, as a jest, the Maid of Windermere enchanted Nyx into believing he was an ordinary man. He attempted to settle in a quaint mortal village when the knights Kreth and Eremer arrived, they treated him like the man he longed to be. They challenged Nyx to a gentlemanly duel and slew him in fair combat. I will sing of you, my friend.
You may search the Empire 10 times over, but you will not find your beloved Wenson, nor his foolish court of enchantments. They, like you, are mine. Dream of me, lovely, for we shall be together soon. The time is coming.
What do you need?
Good. You are well. The same cannot be said of the king, nor of the court of enchantments. In my absence, the maid has taken them all. Tenwa says that the greatest of ballads, the hero and the maid, was not recovered. This song above all the others must be found. You have acted as our agent thus far, Sagril. Do you continue to stand by us? With all our heroes gone, you may very well be our last light in the darkness. In that ballad, King Wenson defeats the Maid of Windermere once and for all. He confesses his love to trick her into an embrace. It is close enough for him to strike. If the maid is truly altering our ballads towards more favorable outcomes for her and her minions, then she could rewrite her own demise. She could avoid it altogether. You are no stranger to death, so you must have felt it. The fall of all magic. I have foreseen it for seasons, and as I am not one to stand by, I chose to act. With a small group of dedicated individuals, Fae and mortal alike, I set about preparing a way for the great songs of the Summer Court to find permanence. The cairns are the result of this effort. They are magic, but magic that will not fade. I knew I could count on you. In the face of uncertainty, your loyalty has proven steadfast. It is no use for us to combat the Maid of Windermere when we do not understand her new magic. There is only one man I know who might shed light on our ignorance. His name is Father Rathir. He is a monk and an alchemist, and a trusted friend. Rathir may have the answers we seek. Father Rathir watches over a small Almain mission in the southeast, St. Edric's. You will know it by the runes on the hill. Go, find Rathir.
The court calls and I obey.
Welcome to St. Edric's. You're here to meet with Father Rathir, yes? The father's always playing host to interesting individuals such as yourself. His quarters are on the second floor of the mission bunkhouse. Most of his days are spent inside working on his research. I don't understand a word of it. No, I knew that they were arguing, but I never imagined that it would lead to murder. It's enough to make a man question his faith. Father Rathir and his apprentice brother Wolf, they were inseparable, like a true father and son. It was a shared love of alchemy that brought them together. But since their work repairing the village well, they've been acting tense, even hostile. Just this morning I saw Rathir fetching water, but now he's gone. Mitharu save us all. You're free to search the bunkhouse. Please, if you can shed any light on this tragedy, we'll do all we can to assist you. 5 years in the swamps of Cluricon was enough to rid me of my lust for war. I was an impetuous youth, raised by the back of my father's right hand. But I found home here with the others. All we seek is a sliver of peace in this vast world. In another life, Wolf was a butcher in Galafor. He's a naive sort, and his gifts do not lie in prayer. But Father Rathir believed that Wolf had been called. I know only what I've seen from this hill. The Fae are a wild race, inspired by the intimacy with the natural world. We at the mission marvel at this relationship. Occasionally Father Rathir would play host to a visiting summer court Fae, but I know nothing of the meetings, except that many of the brothers frowned upon them. I'll admit that the Eastern lands are beautiful in their own way. Like Dalentarth, the forests and swamps are ruled by Fae folk, but a far more sinister variety. Cluricon should be seen, but I advise that you wait until after the war passes before you pay your ship's passage. I'll admit that the Eastern lands, Cluricon should be... It dried up several months ago, so we sent several brothers down to try and find some deeper reserves. Father Rathir had great interest in Mitharu's natural splendors. He volunteered to lead the project, with Wolf by his side, of course. Farewell.
Stay back. I don't know who you are or how you found me, but you will not have the crystals. They are mine. Don't make me kill another. That was my name, yes. But it means nothing now. Not after everything I've seen, everything I've done. I'm a cursed soul now. Mitharu has chewed me up and spit me out. They radiate a strange, wild magic. A force that can cause change, or even destruction. The witch wishes to use the crystals to corrupt other types of magic. I lost my true father in the mines of Rathir. In many ways, Rathir took his place. Taught me to respect hard work, discipline, the blessing of order in a chaotic world. I had no choice. He was trying to destroy the crystals. He didn't understand that we'd been chosen, that the crystals wanted us to possess them. The strange woman was right. She knew the crystals' power. That's why she wanted them, but we told her nothing. When she left, Father dropped the crystals back into the well, but they sang to me, told me to kill him and rescue them. Their voices, so beautiful. She was a fae, quite beautiful. Called herself the Maid of Windermere. Father Rathir was suspicious of her kindness and threw the crystals down the well. It was his idea to lie when the maid asked him about the crystal's properties, its strength. Endless questions, but he told her nothing. I haven't found it yet. I was searching the well tunnels when I was attacked by kobolds. Nasty things. Father Rathir did something to the crystal. Hid it by way of magic. A priest using magic. Unforgivable. The crystals give off a glorious music. Can you not hear? It speaks to me. I've spent hours playing my whistle and watching the crystals shimmer with joy. Father Rathir believed that the magic within the crystals responded to the tones and rhythms of song, almost as if they were a living thing. Why would I want to do that? The song of the crystal is the only truth that has ever kept its promise of power. Mitharu? Never. Father Rathir? No. The maid was right. The crystal gives the power to end the pain. And now, I choose to end yours.
Leave it to Hallam the White and his pet to expose my plans. You will regret ever joining the House of Ballads. I am known as the Maid of Windermere, but that is all you shall learn this day. You will have to try better than that, beloved. I keep secrets for a reason. I wanted the mission's crystals, but the mortal and his boy would not cooperate. But I always find a way to get what I desire. Don't we all? Wenson is with me, and he will stay with me until I deem it fit to return him. If the House of Ballads wishes to have its king, it must send its greatest warrior. Since I have all of them, that leaves you. Come, I wish to collect you as well. I will be waiting.
Congratulations.
This is not just about the court anymore. You have roused the maid's interest, and it is clear she wishes to add you to her collection. We must do as she commands, but we will be prudent in how we proceed. This ballad, The Champion, is one to be undertaken with great caution. So, Sagrul, are you ready to make the preparations and depart? Now is the time. I cannot foresee the outcome of these events, Sagrul. This version of the telling has never been told. I can hardly bear to think of what is coming. You must do all you can to preserve the House of Ballads, even as the maid tempts you with her promises of freedom. We have a responsibility to what has come before. She covets King Wenson and always has, by taking the whole court of enchantments. She is sending a strong message. Revenge is now what she desires most. There is more. There is you. The maid is a curious sort, one whose interest is easily aroused. Your presence has altered the telling, and she wishes to learn why. It is a tragic ballad of a knight who entered the maid's kingdom, only to fall prey to her enchantments. His name was Sir Elswin, and he had the best of intentions. Elswin gloriously overcame Windermere's defenses, but it was on the edge of the Weeping Gorge that the maid came to him and clouded his thoughts. Now he stands forever as the maid's lone champion, defender at the gates. All who wish to enter the Kingdom of Windermere must go through him. Then it is time. You are the last knight of the House of Ballads. You represent all that we've been through, all that we are, in this telling and all those to come. There is little you can do to prepare for the journey ahead, but take another resurrection potion like the one you used to save Ferrara. You may need it. This is all I can offer you. The rest of the story is yours to tell. The creation of a new form of magic, a permanent magic, was a necessity for our kind. The rise of the mortal races coincides with our decline. Lore stones are a faulty method of remembrance, one that can be changed, destroyed. But the cairns, they are invulnerable to harm. They are forever. One can always find what is sought if the desire is strong enough. Venture northeast of the House of Ballads, and you will find your way.
You've come. Wise. Wiser than those other fools in the House of Ballads. It is their inability to see beyond themselves that has brought them to this end. This is my realm, and any who seek to cross it must first face my challenges. The Wall of Thorns awaits. You will not lay eyes on him until I find you worthy of it. I pull your strings now. If you wish to rescue your friends, you must cross the field of battle. I am not of the summer court, but a flower of the bleak winter, and I desire the one thing that the chill of immortality cannot provide: love. As it is in the telling, so it will be for you. Only a true knight of the House of Ballads may pass beyond the wall, and every true knight needs armor. Tell me, beloved, are your tales worth a minstrel's breath, or are you just dust waiting to fall?
Look who it is, Creth. Hallam the White has sent his right hand to tear at Our Lady's good name. You are interrupting a duel for the ages. There can only be one Windermere champion, and it shall be me. Of course, Creth has never been one to concede gracefully. It is I, but in truth I've discovered a greater calling, a purpose that will never fade. I fight for the maid now, and she whispers her love to me. Need our armor? Is this a jest? You will never impress the maid. She is only interested in true... Perhaps you can help us choose, Sigrel. Creth and I were just fighting over who should be the maid's true champion. Unless you believe yourself worthy of such an honor, then by all means challenge one of us to a duel. The prize, your sought-after armor. We honor this field of battle in the name of the maid, who can have but one champion. Only one defender of Windermere, and one... Creth thinks it is he who she desires, but he is wrong. He is always wrong. There can only be one defender of Windermere. As Sir Elswin was no longer worthy, Creth and I dispatched him hastily, and in a manner befitting one of his service. You may win more than just my armor, Sagril. You will know that you are truly the victor, for Eärmer is the greatest knight ever to raise a sword in the maid's name. Indeed, I must confess, this was the outcome I desired. Shall we?
Well, I grow more impressed with every head you lay before me. Well done. You rival even Sir Elswyn in your foolish arrogance. You may have passed the Wall of Thorns, but the Weeping Gorge proposes its own unique challenges. He was captain of the Royal Windermere Guard, and my staunchest defender. His body lies below where it fell. I mourn him in my own way. Like all the elders, little phantoms hiding behind the victories of the past, weak minds are the easiest to control, and those two are mine now. It is what prevents my enemies from simply marching into my kingdom and feeding it to the flame. To raise the bridge, one must defeat its guardian, the legendary Sir Elswyn. Only then will the path make its way open to you. Alas, Sir Elswyn has been killed, as goes the story. This time I fear he's staying quite dead. Another terrible price of our waning magic. Pity.